Buddy. Yes, I'm gonna roll your arrows now. How are you, viewers? So nice to see you here tonight. Thank you for your patience. Or, I'm sorry, you can roll that one, Jay, if you want. You can roll that.
Here you go.
The D6. Nice.
I got a 6.
Oh, gotcha. Excellent. 6 arrows. It's so nice to be hanging out with all of you players and see you all again here. Welcome back. It's been a while. And viewers, so nice to have you here with our Sky Pirate goodies. Let's go ahead, players, and roll just a straight D20. And of course, whoever gets closest number I roll will have DM inspiration for the night, which is a D10, I believe, still. Okay, Steph, what did you get?
An 18.
18. Claire?
A 20.
Hey, okay. Jay?
A 3.
3. Okay, nice.
Starting it in low.
Good, get them out of the way. Lil?
8.
8. Okay, and Sarah?
Also 8.
8. Okay. There's a tie between Sadie and Zia because I rolled a 19 right between the two of them. So the two of you,
Sudden death.
yeah, will both get inspiration tonight. No, you both get it. Yep.
That works too.
Which is a 1d10. You can use anything except for death saving throws. Right. Well, here we are. Viewers, it's been a while. We found ourselves here on this wonderful island. Our players are looking for these 4 keys to Macaw, these 4 pieces of ancient technology. A long time ago, they acquired one at an auction house and gave it to Allie, not knowing it was a key yet. I believe that was Gadriel's engine, I think. And then, let me see if I can just look at the notes here. They recently just got the focus, whoever's focus, I can't remember who that is. Oh, Bazaliel's focus from that lich-like insect woman. Kind of came to a draw. Everyone felt it was in their best interest. Trade. Go their opposite ways. They're now on another beautiful island here. With Alana knowing the coordinates, they arrived at this really futuristic sort of arcane floating city, much more advanced than any of the others you've been to. It has streets that are full of like fountain water. It's like 1.5 feet of fountain water you walk through. There's self-cleaning spells in all the buildings and public restrooms and all that stuff. There's some form of automatons that seem to, maybe not automatons, rather golems, mechanical golems that are used for public safety. They walk the streets and patrol. Others are used for different job types here. A lot of mages and other people just doing practical day-to-day work here with their otherwise. Zia, Ashavar, and Vic are over at a tavern and inn, Toppled Crystal, I believe, getting all their stuff moved from the ship, getting set up and situated on the island. Ilana, Sadie, and Grundy went across town. Everyone discovered the Gear of Time is here, but it's in Homehold, this most expansive library in the known world of Astralanor. And they would need, there's open to the public, but just for the simple stuff, a Gear of Time is way within its depths, and they would need permission from the Arcanist, the city's Arcanist, lead Arcanist, to go down there. So they went to the Arcanist's office to make an appointment, which was a cozy place, a lot of druidic influences that, in the decor. And the person there started to listen to the request, but then paused to ask if this was a practical joke. And when Alana said, well, no, what do you mean practical joke? They gestured out the window because across the way in the courtyard of the local academy is a 45-foot tall statue of Alana and Nevermere, sitting before all of you outside of the window in front of the Nevermere Institute for Advanced Arcana. And that is where we left last session. So I think we'll pick up with Alana, Thany, and Grundy there in the Arcanist's office, trying to make an appointment with the Arcanist, but being confronted with this giant statue outside. They've just gestured, and you've all turned out the window, and you've seen the statue now. I'll let you pick it up from there as you all turn back to this person. Let me see if I can get their name for you, actually. Nope, I don't think they gave their name.
Um,
Well, I don't see how that's important.
You don't that
Looks
Yes,
nothing
I
like
know,
her.
it is I.
I'm sorry. They are thousands of years past.
I don't think that age needs to come into it.
Since they've died, I mean. They were recorded dead 5,000. Is this truly have you come back from the dead?
The records of my dead have been greatly dramatized.
Right. Well, I suppose it's not for me to determine such a thing. Well, I must, you've asked to speak with the Arcanist, but I should let you know that the Arcanist has been rather busy lately with some serious matters affecting the city. Not to say that he won't see you, but just I must ask what your business is, that I may weigh its importance.
I need a game of time.
Oh. Well, I'm very... Jeez, let me make this person make a roll. Okay, no. I'm definitely thinking it's a practical joke. All right. No, I'm sorry. That's not something one steps in and takes. You've got me.
Well, I'm not just stepping in and taking it. That's why I need the meeting.
Okay.
Are you going to say no to a Nevermere?
Could make a persuasion check. You can make them independently, or one of you can assist the other between Alana and Sadie.
Apparently, persuasion. No, I can't read. What's your?
Mine, I'm proficient in persuasion.
Well, then you can take my role.
Gonna roll with advantage.
With advantage, Dan?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's good or bad. It's not an in-between face.
Well, that was an 11.
Oh no.
I rolled a
Okay.
5 and a 2.
Oh, okay.
This dice is now going away.
All right. Well, in fairness, I'd like to do a roll against it. So, supposing that I believe that you are indeed the Alana Nevermere, and you have an important use for the Gear of Time, I'm still must know what the purpose is. But I might, if I go and speak with the Arcanist, they are going to ask me what do they possibly want with the Gear of Time, even if they are you. But just to save us that extra message, what is your purpose? What would your purpose be?
I intend to bring down the Omega Curtain.
It's not one.
Make a persuasion check, Ilana. Like that's
Fucking 18.
nice. It's because that was your main work. He's really like, okay, either they're really like digging deep into this bakery and history and they know a lot of his business and stuff, or it's really her. All right. All I can promise is that I will pass a message along to the Arcanist and see if they will take a meeting. Please pull up a seat, the three of you, and I'll return in a few moments.
Thank you.
They head into a room in the back, leaving the three of you out there. I'll give you a moment if you have anything you want to say to one another while that's going on.
Did you know that there was a statue of you here somewhere?
Here specifically, no.
Didn't know you were famous.
We've been over this, darling, haven't we?
Yes. Well, I do think they could have made the statue a bit taller, if you ask me. It was a bit short, I think.
I suppose.
Yeah.
You just see Grundy going, trying to measure the ratio.
Nice.
Well,
It's not about the actual height, Grundy. It's about the height of her mental stature amongst the people.
they still got the proportions right.
Oh,
What do you...
Grundy will just start whistling and try to find a seat that will actually accommodate his large frame.
This chair is really long.
now that I look at it, sure. Do you actually
Alright.
think that they'll get what we asked them to do?
I mean, he'll pass along the message, right? And I am actually Alana, so at the very least, he should sense no deception.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, there's always a little bit of roughhousing, yes? A little bit of thievery.
Sadie just kind of just. Oh, sure. Yeah.
Door opens up from the back. Thank you all for your patience. Well, the Arcanist says that they will take a meeting with you this following afternoon. 2 in the afternoon. You can return here. I'm sorry. You can head directly to the Arcanist estate. I will give you the address, and you seem as though you're because your clothing is a little different and there aren't too many. There's visitors here from other islands, but this is not really a known island. So whatever islands you're getting visitors from, you can kind of tell you stand out a little bit, clothing wise and stuff like that. Also, your adventure is like with
Arcane
magic
art,
glowing. Yeah. Yes. Well, the Arcanist insists that they, of course, will be able to tell whether or not you are the true Alana. They are not only the Grand Arcanist of the city, but a history buff as well. So 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon here, and they pass you like a city map with the estate marked on it. Very well.
Delightful, darling. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your help.
A pleasure.
Gives him a wink and turns.
Much
to the house.
obliged.
Of course. He's still just like befuddled, like, are they? Are they not? He's curious now. All right. And you all head out. You're pouring back out into the main street. You've got the statue, maybe like 60 feet away, and then the Nevermere Institute of Advanced Arcana over there. I'm going to jump back over to Zia and Ashavar at the top of Crystal just to see, two of you kind of have everything set now and you've rented out your rooms and all the stuff that you want in them. In case you wanted to roleplay. You have to.
I feel like there's definitely going to be kind of a moment where Cecilia is kind of like making, not moves towards Vic, but it's kind of just like, so, just the two of us. And also Ashbar. Yeah.
Hey,
This is
I hadn't
great.
thought about that. And then it'll kind of click for him. Hey! Hey! Hey. He's a little goofy Brad. That's.
I mean, so Ashavar, how are you? How have you been? With everything that's going on.
Oh, fine. Pretty good at going with the flow usually.
Yeah.
She would check if any of the plushies followed her into town or if they stayed on the ship.
Let's see. Currently, let's see who you've got. They are on your person, and it is Talia Zahanadal's back,
Uh-huh.
and the worm are the two that you have today. Purple worm and the Zahanadal. It's done scarring Breelith, and it's back over here.
Poor baby.
She'd, do her usual, setting them up on her bed and giving them a brief update on what's going on, and telling Fluffy the worm to keep an eye on the Liaisana doll.
So, hey, sorry to interrupt, but wait, is that supposed to be Liaisana?
Kind of looks like her, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't. Wait, have you had this for a while?
Sporadically. I mean, I asked Cornelius if he ate Liaisana. I'm pretty sure he said no.
Who's Cornelia?
I said no.
The bear.
The bear has a name.
Yes, his name's Cornelius.
Did you name him?
Well, he didn't have one before I named him, so.
Interesting.
She's saying this as if it should make sense, even though it absolutely does not.
Okay. I love that. Zia's definitely just like, why don't you pretend that I don't have any idea what's going on. Like, if you were gonna introduce me to Cornelius, how would you do that?
Well,
Can I talk to Cornelius? Is that a thing?
When he comes back, sure, but he talks backwards, so you kind of have to listen real carefully. But I don't exactly have control of which ones are in my room at any given point. Right now it's Fluffy and Liaisana, and Cornelius is off doing something. I don't know what, but he'll come back eventually, and then somebody else will disappear for a while. It's I haven't really been able to detect a pattern, so it seems like they just have their own little thing going on between them.
So Zia has basically no formal education, but is approximating what she thinks a therapist would sit like. And it's just like, so what do you think that all means? Where
No
does
idea.
Cornelius go? Where do you think they go?
Well, when we first saw him, he popped out of nowhere and ate that purple worm that we killed, and now, purple worm on my bed. So he might be out eating another monster who is then going to appear on my bed. I don't know.
So what do you think the purple worm represents in this context?
It might have the soul of the purple worm that we killed in it. I've been pretty careful not to show Fluffy the purple worm tooth that I have. I feel like it would upset him.
You know, I think sometimes we need to do things that are hard, even though they might seem difficult. And so maybe we should introduce the worm to the tooth. And maybe that would be a way for growth. I could definitely throw in a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh, gosh.
If you like it, Ashbar, take it as you want, you know. It's still, of course, entirely up to you. Okay? But go ahead.
Okay, Zia rolls a 1, so.
Well, you know, and she like kind of motions for Zia to step away from the bed for a couple of seconds. I don't think Fluffy knows that he's dead.
Oh,
I really don't want to be the one to break it to him.
I mean, yeah, that's complicated. That really that is something. Wait, do you think that Liazana's dead then?
Well, no, not necessarily, because Cornelius said that he didn't eat her,
Then
and that's how the purple worm showed up. So
let me get this straight. Purple worm died. Cornelius made doll. Am I following that? Okay. But Liazana not died, and Cornelius made doll.
You know, I didn't actually ask him if he made that doll. I only asked him if he ate Liazana. And he said he didn't.
You know, all this discussion about eating a purple worm is really making me hungry.
Yeah, I could eat.
Yeah.
I could eat.
Would you like to invite Cornelius with us?
I don't know how to contact him when he's not here.
You could try to I don't know, think like positive thoughts, you know? Like the power of positive thinking. And then maybe Cornelius will appear.
Worth a shot. So she'll go and sit on the bed and tell Fluffy, I'm going to pick you up for a minute. And so she picks up Fluffy because it's the closest thing that links to Cornelius that she has. And she, because usually her telepathic ability, she has to, link to somebody. But now she's sort of just, broadcasting a little bit. Just like, hey, Cornelius. Oh, and then she's like, oh, I'm sorry. And then she starts thinking in backwards.
Nice.
As best she can. And it's like, Zia has some questions. We'd like to have a little chat, if that's okay. So, yeah. I know you're probably off doing fun stuff in, interdimensional rifts or possibly eating other monsters. That's totally cool. I mean, I can have a shelf put into my room so that everybody has room. But, drop by when you can.
Okay. Hey, go and roll a D100 for me. I'll do the same.
$81.
Okay.
Ooh,
You
spicy.
feel pretty confident that the message went out. No timely response or reaction, no. But you feel confident it went out.
Okay. Well, I sent him a message, and then she gives Fluffy a little pat and puts him back on the bed.
Nice.
this seems like real progress. I think we're about to make a breakthrough, as they say.
Oh, yeah.
I did get, just in case, like a babbly fish or something. I forget what it was called, but like apparently it's a mind flayer artifact that you can use to understand a language. And I don't know if talking backwards counts as a language, but we could try that if it comes down to it. Or are you fluent in backwards?
Approaching. Not quite
Oh.
there yet. Sometimes I have to ask Cornelius to slow down.
Totally.
But so far,
understand
he's
that.
the only one that's talked. Liazana hasn't said anything. Right, Dan?
Correct.
Yeah. I still remember the last time we really heard anything about Liazana, and it was definitely like there was some sort of dark force that had like taken over her mind, and well, I just hope that the purple worm theory of doll does not apply to
Maybe
Liazana.
Cornelius put her soul into the doll to circumvent the mind control.
Maybe.
The two of you begin to go down your rabbit hole.
We get the whole conspiracy board out. and we
Yeah,
say-
with the pins and the string.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
We would probably talk to Renee and just be like,
Okay.
hey, are there like any noodle places that like do delivery around here? Like, do you happen to have any menus or anything? We kind of got a research session going on, so we just
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Understood. Yes, certainly. There's a few. I can have a runner go put an order in for you. They'll dash right over and dash right back.
I
There's a few
appreciate
doors
that.
down.
Excellent.
Yeah, you dash right to our door.
Perfect.
Just let us know how much, and
Oh,
we will
it's
pay for. Yeah.
so
Thank
for
you
the
so much.
two, of course. He's very thankful. It's like 4 silver between the two of you for a good hearty meal there. Yeah, it's pretty
So
inexpensive. here.
affordable.
Yeah. And it's good too. It's good. Awesome.
I love that.
All right, so you got your session going on. The food arrives. It's perfectly extra toasty, so you get those few minutes to let it cool down. Perfect temperature. All right, let's zip back over to everyone else. You're leaving as Alana and Sadie and Grundy. You're leaving that. You're going past the statue. There's the Institute of Advanced Arcana. What do you all want to do? Are you heading back? Are you checking anything out over here?
Probably just head back, right? We did what we came out to do.
Yeah, I think heading back is fine. Maybe.
Yeah,
At least until
just-
we
Take,
I'm sorry, Grundy.
it's okay. Just taking in the sights.
Grundy, go ahead and make a perception
Yeah.
check for me, if you could. While you're taking
Oh,
those
dear.
notes.
Oh dear.
So
Oh dear. S- 14 plus 3, 17.
Okay, you're just taking in the sights for now. It sounds like Sadie has something. Go ahead, Sadie. Then we'll
did
check-
we notice well the person, the archivist that we talked, or the assistant that we talked to, right?
Mhm. Yes.
They did mention something about our clothing, right? Like
They didn't mention anything. It was just me giving you a heads up.
Okay.
It's not the city's relatively are. Maybe some people from Atmos traveled here, but few. Whatever cities travel here, are sort of a different clique than the other groups of cities you're accustomed to traveling. So being this far removed, the clothing and styles are a bit different, is all.
Okay.
And you have magic items hanging off everywhere, so it was like, oh yeah, they're adventurers. They don't live a
Okay.
quiet city life.
But it's not like when we look around at everyone here that we are drastically different, or
You're not
are
the
we?
tourist with the floral print and the fanny pack,
Okay.
but you
Okay.
know, you're maybe the tourist with a bowling shirt and cargo shorts. You know,
Okay.
like
I don't really want to be either, but okay.
that's where you're at. So feel free to do what you'd like with that.
Well, you do hear from Grundy kind of just this weird sound.
Hi.
Randy, you okay over there?
When's the last time we ate?
I thought we ate this morning, but maybe we didn't. Did you skip breakfast?
Don't think I did.
Oh, you're just hungry again. Look, you got a lot to feed. So, do you need to stop for lunch, or do you want to head back to like the galley and get some food there?
Being as we are not really, we don't have the freedom of movement that we normally would have. Not going to be making money for a while. So yeah, maybe back to the galley.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go then.
An important bit of info about this city that you were told when you arrived is that it is not beholden to the UAF the way all the cities that you usually travel through
Right.
are. They are not a member. They don't permit any of their stuff here. The same with pirates, you know, any the illegal stuff, you know, so but it's sort of like a neutral ground. Just to put that back out there, so you know.
Okay.
Okay, so you begin heading back to the toppled
Crystal?
Bristol, yeah. Thank you. And Grundy, with that check, as you're like, okay, you're also kind of scanning, like, in case we do get funds or something, what's good around here, and taking in the sights as you were saying. You see, there's a person that kind of catches your eye as they walk by. Just a human, probably in their late 20s. They have this jet black hair with an undercut all the way around. It's sort of put in a messy bun up behind. Thick black eyebrows and dark brown eyes. You know, they stand out not because of these features, but because you recognize them. This,
That?
you could swear that this is Merrick de Grey, the sorcerer that saw you through to this plane, walking into the Institute of Arcane, of Advanced Arcana. We go in the front doors, maybe 200 feet away or so.
You kind of just see Grundy just stop and dead in his tracks and stare, like not believing what he's seeing. Like, it can't be.
What can't be? That we're going to the galley?
No, I know that, man. I believe that's the sorcerer that brought me here. To this world.
Oh, right.
Do you fancy a chat?
Except he's not supposed to be in this world.
Well, that's what
Is
the
this a-
chat would enlighten.
Is this a friend or?
A friend as long as your money is good.
Were you in good terms when he sent you over here?
Unclear. Seeing as I was shoved into that portal by my sister. you just see like Grundy will just take like one step and then two, and then kind of walk hurriedly towards the wizard.
Oh, well.
Okay.
Just like
So
not
we're-
even saying a word, just like making a beeline.
Okay. You doing like the full dash?
No, just walking. Yeah,
Okay.
just-
At about
Alana
200
will
feet
look
away. Oh, sorry. What's that, Alana?
Alana will look at I'm blanking on the
Sadie.
character's name.
It's
Sadie.
okay.
Sorry, I don't.
Okay.
She'll look at Sadie. I'll coming with him.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. And hurry the steps to catch up.
Okay.
Or at least maybe Sadie might stop. I'm not saying she might stop and give him like give Grundy like maybe 10 feet of room in
Mhm.
between, not just be right there on their tail.
Okay. So to set the scene, as you spied them initially, Grundy, they were entering the front door about 200 feet away. So as you were kind of describing, they were asking questions. The door's closed. They were inside the building. So you take off at not a dash, but just a fast walk. You'll begin heading over to the building. Sadie and Alana are staying about 10 feet back, but following Grundy, if that sounds right.
Oh, Alana's gonna be right there. She's nosy.
Okay, so Sadie will give 10 feet. Alana will be right next to you, Grundy, marching forward, fast walk style. All right, you reach the doors, half a minute later, and you step inside. It's almost like a large corporate office in here versus like your main campus building. There's levels and levels and levels going up with stairwells and little magical elevators. I'm going to ask you for a quick perception check because it's crowded in here, and we'll do a fresh look.
He is a 21.
Going up one of the staircases, they're about 2 floors up, but it walks back and forth, and across. And you watch them. They just went up a stairwell, and you see them cross, ready to back up the switchback and up. They're about 2 floors up, and that stairwell's maybe like 80 feet away or so. You're closing round.
Because at this point, Grundy is just kind of hyper focused. Like normally he would stop and think, should I call out to him or should I catch up to him and then call out to him? But you just hear this bottled up emotion, and then you just hear him yell, "Merrick!"
Cool. A number of people stop and kind of look back. Others continue around. Make a performance check. I want to see if your voice carries over and catches Merrick's attention.
Okay, on a -1. Here we go. Hello, 16.
16. I'm just going to do versus perception. Oh, no. I'm so sorry. They are not hearing anything. They don't seem to hear. They've got like a book in hand as they walk by. Can be preoccupied. There are a couple of people on either side of the doorway that turn, that seem to be checking some badges and stuff as people enter, and that kind of alerted them. They kind of look over, and one of them takes 5 steps over. So excuse me, folks, sorry, just want to check your badges before you come in. Is everything all right? Ask you, Grundy, specifically. She look a little upset, and we're trying to get their attention.
That depends on what Merrick has to say to me.
Everything's fine. Can I use prestidigitation to like make some fake badges?
So you can, but since you don't know what these badges look like, they might be really good badges, but they might not be what these ones look like.
Can I try doing a perception check?
Yeah, make a quick investigation check. It would be, which is probably more up your alley anyway. But look around. It's near you.
Ha! 28.
Okay, you can make one because you can only do one at a. Actually, you make one at a time, right? So you have to make one for a person, and then after they get through, make it disappear and make one for the next person, and so on. So you could, but that's the way it would operate.
Hey, Grundy, darling, I've got yours in my bag here, and she'll like rummage around, and then produce one.
Okay. Yeah.
So
All
just kind
right.
of shoves it. Like, yips. Merrick office, which
I'll show you. I'll show you the way, and they seem to
Thank
want
you.
to stick with you. Yeah. So awesome. So you start walking at a fast pace. They'll, match the fast pace. The other two, who are you doing next, Alana?
She'll pretend to rummage around, and she'll make one for Sadie.
Oh, okay. You take that seat to get in.
Sure. Yeah, I'll take it, and I take a look at the badge. Like, what? I mean, like, what are they at? Like, what is this badge thing?
Sure. There's
Like-
there's student or faculty badges for the Nevermere Institute of Advanced Arcana that you're in.
Okay,
Mhm.
all right. So it's like a student badge, or
This one's a
bachelor's
student badge.
something.
That's probably what Alana would have
Okay.
seen most of nearby.
Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you, Alana. Here you go. My friend was holding it for me.
Of course, this way, babe. Gestures.
Oh my, I'm just so disorganized. So many things in here. Hold on, I got it. Just a moment. Just here.
So, yeah, I know. It gets things get hectic here. So your way in, it just starts going.
Thank you.
Of course. Let's let the next person in. The two of you are able to catch up to Grundy and the guard. We're walking faster than Merrick de Grey. So over the next tense minute and a half of like kind of trying to walk faster than other students, go up the hallways, the switchbacks. With that check, Grundy, you would notice that Merrick gets off on the 5th floor. The guard is bringing you to Merrick's office, which is going up another level. As you get to that 5th floor, the guard is bringing you up another level, which is where Merrick's actual office is. What do you want to do? Is Merrick staying on the 5th floor? Guard's bringing you up to the 6th.
I feel like the long-winded dash up the stairs and everything gave Grundy a little bit of chance to calm down and collect the census. Actually, Grundy, with regard to his sister, probably would. Actually, I would probably stop the guard and tell him he's on the 5th. I want to see him now.
All right. You see him lead the way. And the guard will walk with you leading the way. So it takes another like 30 seconds to go down the hallway, and there is sort of a faculty room that he stepped into. Smaller, little kitchenettes, some tables to eat, a cooling stack for like a fridge basically, and some other things here, but it's only like 20 by 12 or so. And Merrick's sitting down in a chair, leaning back with a book, apple and some fruit on the table, eating some food as all four of you, the guards there, step in. Doesn't seem to notice yet, nose in the book.
Merrick.
Oh. It looks at the guard. Hello? Grundy.
Yes,
What,
that is my name.
glad to see you're well. Good? I was hoping. Got some friends. If you don't mind staying, he's a friend of mine. Kind of looks questioningly at Grundy of mine. But we have some things to work out. So if you don't mind staying, the guard just kind of nods and pulls up a seat across the room. Merrick pushes some seats out for the three of you with his foot at the other side of the table. Oh, you have to give me a minute, Grundy. Pull the seat. I'm sure we got some catching up to do. Look like you have something you'd like to say first. Please. You all pull up a seat.
Yes.
Pull up us. Yeah. When last we met, you had opened up a portal to send both me and my sister here.
Mm.
Clearly, my sister is not here. What became of her?
Well, listen, Grundy. It was just as chaotic for me. And I'm sorry that, I had to go through the portal. I know it wasn't the plan, but you in your hulking form, of course, were in the way. I did a favor by kicking you in, if you think about it, because those goblins would have torn you apart. There were far too many. I think you saw what, sadly happened to your sister, but we didn't stand a chance. But I say, if I could have done something for her, I would have.
Okay, so Grundy just pauses and, just collect his thoughts again. Just resisting the urge to strangle this man that what's the word? Stranded him in this world.
Yeah.
Because Grundy came here, fell through the portal, but despite Merrick saying he followed him in, timeline's not matching up.
Well, for what it's worth, you were with your sister being attacked and trying to do something about it. He kicked you in when you wanted to kind of stay and try and help. He was like, she's gone. I need to get through the portal. You're in the way. So he kicked you and then leapt in behind you.
Yeah.
But robbed you of that opportunity.
Okay, so gonna go on a tangent just to keep calm. I wasn't aware that you were from this plane.
No, I'm not from it. I don't really want to be here. I mean, here is pretty nice, I've got to be honest. I didn't want to be here when I got here. But it was bound to you, the portal. So this is, where it opened to. I just didn't want to be there. Again, my condolences when they ran your sister through. I knew it was going to be the two of us next. It was a really not great place to come out over here. I found my way to this island, and things have been pretty good here, stable. You might find
I'm
the
happy
same
for you.
Yeah, Grundy, you might find the same here. I don't know how much of this island you've explored, but
Not this island, but I have explored others with my companions here.
where are my manners?
Well, maybe not these specific ones, but yes. This is Sadie.
Merrick, pleasure.
And this is Ilana Neverbeer.
It's like, because he's in the Institute for Nevermeers, Okay. A pleasure. He does a double take, looking like the statue outside he walks by every day. Well, looks like you found yourself in some good company.
I'm going back to my sister.
Yeah.
You disappeared as soon as I arrived here. You did not follow me behind the portal, so you did not think to look me up.
Well, the place that I appeared was, geez, it was a broken down section of a city. It was a rather terrifying place. Had a lot of scientists there and things, but what a wake up call. I got passage off as soon as I could, offer some of my services to their city. What was that place called? I don't even want to think about it now. Simhazy, I think. Terrible place, terrifying. What the work they were doing there. As soon as I learned a little more of this world and what's going on, what they were doing there, nope, didn't want anything to do with it. And then I was on a merchant ship for a while, just doing mediocre task cleaning and such, till they ended up docking here one day, and this is more my speed. All the magic here, Arcana. Honestly, I figured you're much more adept at all this than I am. I figured you'd be fine, and I got you through. Figured our the work was done.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just racking. It's been a while. I'm trying to rack my brain as to what Sam Hazy was.
Oh, that's the place where all the creatures from the Omega Sea came up and ate all the researchers. You found Ash there, the tiefling, and they researched her. The bottom of that island's only 100 feet above the Omega Sea, and they lower down and pull things out, like the bear that Ashavar was talking about earlier that came from the Omega Sea.
Oh, okay. Okay. So Grundy wouldn't know this because this is before Grundy.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, because yeah. All right, so I kind of mental message Zia.
Nice.
Yeah. We have a what was he, sorcerer or wizard?
Sorcerer.
Yeah, we have a Zia. We have a sorcerer here who claims he was at Sam Hazy.
Oh, maybe one of Ash's friends or something? There weren't that many people there, but I think one of them might have been.
Not a friend exactly. This is the one that brought me to this world.
Oh.
He does not belong here either, but has made himself comfortable from what it looks like.
Not to be too forward or anything, but would you be comfortable with asking him if he ever made it to the upper part of Simhazy? We never got to go there. It was blocked off. And that's where Liazana supposedly, well, when Real saw her for the last time, it looked like she was in the upper part with some members of the Order of Spectres.
I'll ask. Now, Merrick, you mentioned, I'm gonna just leave the connection open so you can hear everything. Now, Merrick, you mentioned Sam Hazy. Have you been to the upper levels?
Well, I spoke with the lead researcher once. There seemed to be a broken lift that, and like an even higher platform, but it was all, if there's anything up there, it was obscured with clouds and such, so I don't know if that's the part you're talking about, but I made it to the, I think, what was his name? Hask? I can't remember his name now, but there was a lead researcher I had to speak to about working there and earning some money to get off the island. He did say he had to check with someone up above, so I do think there was something else further above than I got.
But you've never actually been there.
Seemed to be all top secret-y.
Well, yeah. So, going back to my sister, if you had looked me up sooner, we could have at least attempted to take a peek and see if I need to see with my own. I need to see my sister's body with my own eyes, and there's no way of knowing if she was killed or not.
You know, I've learned a couple things since moving here to this island. What's this apple down? I can't, magic here in this quadrant's brutal with any teleportation or magic like that. No chance
You've
of
noticed.
opening yeah, of getting back. But I do think I can open a window. We can at least look through. I mean, goblins aren't known for, you know, taking bodies or anything like that. You know, if she's dead, her body will be there.
What will that entail?
Not too much. This magic's really advanced here. Just need access to a mirror. That's it. I mean, there's one. They'll probably gesture over the wall in here, and behind, next to the sink, there'll probably be a nice oval mirror on the wall. We'll take a look. Did you have any goblins follow you in too?
No.
Oh.
No.
Consider yourself lucky.
Oh, I did find the merry batch of pirates.
Oh.
Hmm.
Wow.
They took me in despite my shady origins. You know, at least helped me get settled in somewhat, and then I found my lot with this crew, and I've been with them ever since.
Good. Good.
But I would not consider myself lucky.
No, I understand.
Hmm.
All right, let's take a
But-
look, Randy. Right? Least I can do.
And just a mental link to Ilana and Sadie. Please watch him.
Oh, I haven't stopped.
Okay. So we get up and I follow him to the mirror.
Okay. He takes out, you know, some chalk and some other stuff and works up some little runes on the edge of the beer here. It's like a sticky, pasty kind of chalk. And connects some of the dots and begins casting a spell. And all of that fades and all the little symbols fall into the mirror like it has depth. And light and everything, the reflection, everything around is bending inward until it just becomes darkness within the mirror. And then slowly, gradually, the space within the mirror is illuminated. As though you're watching a live painting of the place where you left. It's a room where he, you know, was operating, his sorcerer was operating. The place looks relatively overturned. You go and make a perception check with advantage, if you would.
That is a dirty 20.
Okay. Excuse me. So you see a number of, you know, well decayed at this point bodies of goblins that were slain as you were all fighting back. You see, you know, you're looking at the spot where you last saw your sister, I'm sure. The whole place fairly ransacked. There's quite a bit of blood in that spot where a body should be, but there is no body of your sister. Oh.
Grundy actually does drop down to his knees. And you just kind of like hear a slight chuckling, like, she's alive.
Wow. Grundy, that's great.
He's kind of just like, at this point, he doesn't care who he's like, he just like, whose hand he just grabs, like, she's alive. So
Nice.
I think it might have been, yeah.
Merrick.
Yeah.
Grundy, that's That's amazing. Wow. I don't know how
Like,
she.
it is as you say, goblins do not take prisoner, nor do they take bodies.
Right.
She must have put up a hell of a fight.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, the two of you, right? If in any of our encounters, you've seemed very robust, to say the least. You know.
So kind of just one hand on the knee, push myself up to a standing position again. And kind of just thank you.
Yeah. I mean, wish I could have done better when all that went down. I don't know why they decided to raid my place, but I'm glad. Glad you're all right. Your sister is somewhere.
All this just to find a better life for my sister and I, but well, 1 out of 2 isn't bad.
Right?
And you look like you're doing well here. So I kind of turned to the guard and I'm like, I do apologize for my behavior downstairs. It was not cool.
Looks at Merrick like, I get it a little bit. It's all right. You did good. It's all right.
But why here of all places? How did you end up in this institute?
I'm so sorry. I completely didn't hear that, process it for some reason. What was that?
What brought you to the Nevermere Institute? Like,
Oh,
why this particular?
this.
How?
Well, I was working on that shipwright there, rather the what do you call it, merchant ship, doing what I can to get off of that other island. We stopped at a bunch of places, but everything kind of had its own thing going on. There's a hoity-toity Staffney Island, I think. These hoity-toity high nobles running everything. That had all sorts of stuff. I don't know. Everywhere I went, Atmos Isles, I almost stayed at, but it had a plenty of its own shadiness going on. If I'm gonna be stuck in this world, I want to find something better. So I thought, let me go through, check all the boxes, and go back to the one I like the best. But as soon as I got here, um, I knew this was the island for me. It's this advanced magic. I can learn more. It was, as I'm sure you know, it's a scary situation. I thought for sure we were all gonna die there with that goblin raid. Being able to protect myself better and not have to worry, to that same degree, just meant a lot to me. Plus, it started out as that, but now it's, they're so academic here. There's so much to learn and understand about magic. So I'm just, I get to work teaching. There's some differences between magic on where we come from and here, sort of how it pulls together, and I get to do little adjunct work teaching on that, and the rest of the time I get to spend studying. So, yeah.
Well, it's been a very interesting time with the crew.
Oh,
We've done a lot of things. We've discovered a lot of other things. Cheated death a few times. Made new friends. Kind of lost some friends. Some friends are on placeholders.
yeah.
But it has been an adventure. I have to say, it has not been entirely uneventful since I've come here.
Good.
And now we are here for a different purpose.
Well, good.
Yeah.
I know you had mentioned, because I think about the two of you often. You were just coming here to better understand your dad and stuff. I'm sure this isn't all that you signed up for, but sometimes it's what you want and what you need. Hopefully,
Hmm.
this is giving you something you need.
Well, speaking of,
Hmm.
have you heard or read anything more about my father?
While I was at Atmos, I was there. Gosh, we were docked for a while. We had a pirate attack just shortly before docking. Um, we were there for a bit, and I did think of looking him up. Um, and there was some information, I think, in the registry there on where he lived. They keep that old address information and everything. I could, no offense, but like remembering all the details was hard. I remembered you. I know you and your sister, of course. I remembered your dad's last name. Um, so I saw that once lived there, and I kind of checked it off. I think it's him, unless it was someone else, with the same last name. But by then we were getting ready to leave. It was just a
Hmm.
passing interest, but yeah.
Well, that's certainly something we can look at sometime.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, if you ever get there, take a look. There's a town registry, and they keep all sorts of records, on citizens and what they did, what their work was, and all that stuff. You'll learn a little more about maybe siblings. Who knows if there's any other, family you got here.
Hmm.
I hate to say it, but I think we're pretty stuck. This apparently there's other quadrants, another three that don't have the same trouble with this teleportation. If we were in one of those, maybe I could get us back. Maybe you can find yourself there and find some back.
Well, quick solution would be the Omega C, but Omega Curtain, but that is, to borrow a phrase from somebody I heard before, above my pay grade.
Yeah, yeah, that thing. Tell me
Hmm.
about it.
Speaking of which, how familiar are you with the Gear of Time?
It's when you know it's covered in our studies. It's a really old artifact from before the Omega Sea, before the collapse. I can't say no much about it because it's pretty advanced stuff. Like you know, it's one of those things you hear about. Powerful. I don't really know how it affects time or why it's got that name. But that's a little above like where I'm at in the education process here, unfortunately. Uh, I know it's in Tomehold, and if you haven't been, Brenda, you gotta go. They have a bunch of stuff open to the public that's really interesting.
Fascinating. I
Hmm.
kind of share a look with both Sadie and Ilana at this. We'll be sure to check it out. We do have an appointment
Oh,
with the
good.
Arcanist later.
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
He kind of looks like, wow, how did you manage that? And kind of looks like, is that Alana Nevermere? Like, is it, how else do you get
Just
it?
Grundy smile, just like a hint of a grin, like, wouldn't you like to know, Butterboy?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, well, listen, Grundy, I've got to get back to my stuff here. I hate to cut it short, such a reunion. If you're
No,
free,
not a.
yeah, yeah, hit me up sometime.
You can reach me at the. I'll be in town for a while.
Okay.
You can find me at the
Taco Crystal,
names.
sorry.
Top of Crystal. Thank you. You can find me at the top. You can find us at the top of Crystal.
All right.
I'm sure you'd have lots of stories to tell us, and likewise.
Yeah, I'd like that. I'd like that. We'll catch up, Grundy. We'll catch up. It's been a
Speckled
pleasure.
monkey.
It's been kind of like stops the spell on the mirror, returns to reflection. All right. Looks at the guard like, thank you. Like, we're good. And Grundy, as always, a pleasure. I wish you the best. Gonna hold the hand out to shake. I wish you the best in finding.
Yeah.
You're
So
sticking the clasp.
I gave him like the the clasp that bracer.
Nice. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Fred.
Yeah. We'll see each other again, Fred.
Heads out.
We follow the guard down.
Okay.
On the way out of the room,
Mm-hmm.
while still in earshot of the guy,
Mm-hmm.
saying to Grundy, "Your friend's a bit of a cunt, isn't he?"
Grundy will just go.
You'll sleep with his shit like, oh, and keeps walking. Awesome.
Bless his heart.
He is an interesting character, to be sure, but gave me no reason to doubt his words. And I'm glad I was able to see with my own eyes that lack of a body is sufficient for me to believe that my sister is out there, probably at this moment looking for a way to come over here.
Well, I definitely wouldn't trust him, to go through any other portals with him anytime soon.
I have learned my lesson, and I am not gonna be in front of him, in front of the portal.
For sure. That's wise.
Hmm.
All right, back to the ship to fill your stomach.
Well, not the ship, the toppled crystal, right? Is that where we're
Right,
staying
the
right
toppled crystal. That's where we're
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Back to the toppled crystal.
Beautiful. Okay. You let's see. All right, you all head back and reunite. With Zia and Ashavar and Vic and crew. Yeah.
I'm gonna say if you walk up,
Mhm.
Zia and Ashavar are definitely still like looking everything, and you see like all these computers and everything. Noodles are strewn out like all over the bed. And Zia's like, I think Cornelius is Sevia's head. It's the only thing that makes any sense.
Nothing about this scene makes sense. What the hell is going on?
Why is there so much red string around the room?
Why is there noodles on my bed?
It's a long story.
Rodney turns around like, food. I need food before I can process this.
Oh, we ordered some extra.
Oh, good.
So,
Turns
you'll
back
see that
around.
there are a couple other like bowls.
Bow in your shoulders. Zia, I think they just need you to walk them through it. I think they're just looking for an explanation. Just start the ground, work your way up.
It's a simple 382 step conclusion.
Okay, no, I'm not. As much as I love the pursuit of knowledge, I don't need this.
Well, in other news, Ashavar, do we have other news?
Well, I mean,
You didn't hear
now that
anything
you know
back.
it.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now that you know, it seems weird to keep it from everybody else. So she'll point over to her bed where all the noodles are just laid out. A little bit ago, I had a new arrival of the plushie variety. And she points at the Liaison doll.
Oh, it's
Probably the only people who would recognize it are Zia and Ashavar at this point.
it's a lovely doll.
And Grundy.
Oh yeah.
Is that? No.
Yes.
Who is it?
No. Oh.
Yeah.
Is that your sister, Grundy?
No.
Does that look like?
Did you just see Grundy turn and like?
I mean, I guess Zia would not know. I mean,
Ashavar takes out more string and puts another pin in the board.
Oh my
Randy's
god.
sister?
Ashavar, right, adopted, question mark.
Nice.
No, that is not my sister.
I mean, Grundy, have you
although
considered,
I
what
did.
if Merrick is your father?
Grundy has some news that he found out, unless he doesn't want to share right now. That's
Oh, I kept the connection live, so They heard us.
Oh, you had to connect. Oh, got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's one of the beautiful things about the mind link. In case you didn't know.
Well, I don't.
Oh,
And she'll
yeah.
say through the mental link, I don't use this enough, apparently.
And it responds to from everybody. It's just no, you do not.
So
But
your
no.
sister's alive, which from personal experience, that might be really great, but it also could be not really great. So which way are
Personal
you leaning?
experience.
This way is great news. Knowing my sister, she probably fought tooth and nail to get out of there. But yeah, no, that really does look like Liazana.
Yes, I'm sorry. All due respect to Grundy's situation. What? The dolls?
Yes. Why do you have a creepy looking doll of Liazana?
I don't know
and
who
that
Liazana
kind of
is,
like
but these are very
And it's
disturbing dolls, like without apparently bearing a resemblance to a person you know. Why do you have a doll that looks like a person you know?
Liazana was our former captain, and I guess that does not make it sound any better.
Maybe she misses her.
I don't know.
You don't know. You have
She
strange
dropped by one day.
dropped by.
Okay, Alana, I feel like one of the things we need to consider here is that sometimes the first step to knowing something is knowing that you don't know. And so that's
I
why we
fully
say
accept that I don't know, but I would like some answers because we have strange dolls following someone around, and that's not pinging any red flags for anyone.
Okay, but
No,
we
I
have
didn't.
literally we have red string and a 382-step process to follow.
Let me walk you
And-
through it. Yeah. You didn't let me walk you through it.
She didn't let me.
Sadie, there's a knock on the door over near you.
Over near Zia.
Sadie.
Sadie.
Oh,
Mhm.
I'll get it. I'll just leave y'all and show up in the door.
Oh, sorry to bother you. We just need our dasher. It's downstairs, and we just want to see that they get paid.
Oh,
For the meal.
I am so sorry. Yes.
Certainly.
Quite all right. It looks like
Thank
it's Sadie. Like, will you come pay?
Sure. I'll come pay. It's
Oh,
fine.
thank you,
Yeah, I
thank you.
got
Oh,
it.
are you
I got
sure?
it, Franz.
Are you
Yeah,
sure?
yeah. It's good. If I'm sure, I'll come back up and get some more.
It's like 4 silver or
just-
something like that. I forget what I
Oh
said.
yeah,
It was like
yeah,
4
it's fine.
silver.
Yeah, she'll go downstairs and take care of it.
Okay, nice.
As Sadie's leaving the room, Ashabar like palms some silver into her pocket. If she...
Aw.
Okay. Thank you.
Going back to the dolls.
Yes, the dolls.
Grundy
So
at this
what do-
point is just studiously eating.
Where did they come from?
Well, okay. So I'll start at the beginning. Really long time ago, or it may have just been a few months. I kind of lose track. We were in a cave and we were fighting a purple worm. And she points over at the purple worm plush.
Good God, no.
We killed the purple worm and I took one of its teeth. And then this like kind of shadowy presence sort of just glommed into the cave that we were in, and poof, there was a walking teddy bear, and the teddy bear ate the purple worm. And then he showed up in my room later, but I couldn't understand what he was saying at first because he talks backwards.
Oh,
And
of
then-
course, he talks backwards, right.
Yes. And then a little
Because
while
why
later,
the hell would he talk in the first place?
It makes sense. It makes sense.
then a little bit later, Fluffy here showed up, and they kind of take turns who's in my room at any given time. But then a few weeks ago, this doll of Liazana just poofed into existence. And I asked Cornelius if he ate Liazana, because naturally he ate the purple worm. Fluffy shows up. But he said he did not eat Liazana.
And we just believe the backwards talking bear
Why would
that
you
eats
lie?
things and shits out other plush versions of things.
He has very wise eyes.
He goes through all the steps. Oh, sorry. Good, Zia. Good.
You know, a lot of crazier things have happened.
Have they?
I mean, we found you after falling out of the sky and being, I don't know, in suspended animation for a significant amount of time. And now we're in a giant magic city. And
Don't forget the giant statue of Alana in front of the.
Yeah.
Yes, there is a ginormous statue of Alana in front of what appears to be the Nevermere Institute.
oh,
Well, that's not strange compared to the damn bear.
The bear is very tiny. A 400 tall foot statue. That's very. That seems like a larger discussion.
Alana, go ahead and make a history check for me.
21.
Okay. So you've known, you've read, you've studied. It's probably been something that perplexes you because it does feel very outside of your house, your study, understand this and this and this logical mind. That there are people that have been discussed in history that are almost led by the fates of chaos. And you've experienced, the past few months with Ashavar, and you see how Ashavar has sort of a chaotic viewpoint, but that it often pans out in like the ways you just can't, a guess, right? You can't foresee. And they're, it's just people that just are adventurous that are led to great things that just live by this, truly in the moment. So you get the feeling like Ashvar could be one of these, rare, wonderful people that just has this, chaotic fates, the chaotic fate led individual, which just might help you kind of click with, why, like the way Ashavar operates. And maybe not, it's up to you, give you a little bit of peace that like typically people that have success in chaos are, have the support of the fates in some regard, versus people that don't have success in chaos and they're just doomed.
She's sitting on the edge of the bed, like her fingers tented. And she's just staring at Ashavar.
Ashavar doesn't understand why this doesn't make sense. It makes perfect sense to her.
Oh, all the ships to be pulled out onto. All right. There's backwards talking bears that shit out plushes of the things it eats. That's and maybe get some through other means because we're convinced that it hasn't eaten a human.
Well, we.
No, please don't start that sentence with "well."
The last information we got on Liazana was that she was being affected by that awful book, the Book of Shadows, or whatever the heck it's called. The one where you read it, you slowly go insane. Not in the fun way.
Naturally.
What a
fun way to go insane.
Yeah.
Oh, there's totally a fun way to go insane.
Well,
of course.
The last time that happened, we were in like an illithid hive, and it kind of affected me a little bit. And it was, I would not put it in my top 10 favorite experiences at this stage.
But anyway, my theory My theory
Right.
is that Cornelius didn't eat Liazana, but maybe either he took Liazana's mind out of Liazana so it couldn't be affected by the book anymore and put it into a plushie. Either that, or he took the part of her mind that was being affected by the book and put it into the plushie.
You
So that she could be normal again.
know, as a reward for the devotion, absolute devotion Zia and Ashavar have had here, and like the murder board, I will add that you would, in your process of doing that, also remember Liazana was locked into a contract where Liazana could not kill any members of that order, and yet her main goal was to do exactly that. But she herself could no longer be the bringer of death, and so I'm not saying this is what it is, but it might be something you would consider in your board. If she's able to move her soul elsewhere, if it's bound to the body and not the soul, she might be able to find a way to. That might be a way to bypass. I feel like that'd be a big question mark on the board. Be like, bypassing
yeah.
contracts so she can kill.
And then underneath, it's like, how does the doll hold a bow and arrow?
Right. There are little arrows in the
Like
thing,
question
so
mark,
she
question mark, question mark.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe they're like time-based miniaturized arrows, so when the doll fires them, they're tiny, but when they hit their target, they get really big and
Ooh.
explode their hearts.
Honestly, that's just about as reasonable as most of the magic items you've seen here.
I mean, you're not wrong. Randy, you have a thought in this moment. You have not gone to the bathroom in hours, and it's all you can think of in this moment. Like, I want to listen to the rest of this, but I'm not. I can't. I gotta go.
Once again, you hear.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You're not still hungry, are you?
No, that's something else.
Right.
And with that, we shall take our bio break. For anyone who doesn't know, we take about a 10-minute bio break. Sorry, it's a little on the later side here, but we will catch you all in 10. We'll keep our audio hot, so chat with us, ask us questions and stuff, and we'll hear you and chat with you. Otherwise, we'll catch you in about 10. Boop. There's the button for it. Oh man, it didn't do it right. Oh well. You give a hard transition to the B. No, that's the wrong thing. Oh my goodness, it's all wrong. Okay, I'll fix it.
Right. Oh man.
Hey, is it just on the wrong?
So you know what
Mhm.
one of us has to do now, right, Steph?
What?
We're gonna have to draw Sia and Ashavar doing the Charlie Day thing.
Perfect. Yes.
Yes.
And Alana with the numbers floating in front of her.
Mhm. Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I will be back.
So, yep.
Okay.
The
Okay.
Arbe.
I don't know where to go. All I want is right here.
Oh,
That's just me trying.
no, actually, I do think I need to go to the bathroom.
There we go.
Now that you mention it.
Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. Your stomach makes that now. No, the thing needs to be like and rinse. All things I meant to do with the chicken today. That's the first thing.
Good intentions. Actions, however.
Yeah, it did not line up. I thought a portable bowl of cereal was working milk. Working milk. Milk.
We should remind you to grab some.
We're already getting a bunch of stuff. You're so sick. I wasn't going to be like, yeah, can you get this? Yeah.
They're like 2 feet away from each other.
Oh, right, I know.
Well, not 2 feet. I'm not good at measurement, but they were not far from each other.
Nice job.
They keep the turkeys in like the
Oh,
middle section.
the bins that are out. Great Friday, even the poundage of everything spot on. I'm so looking forward to making.
I'm glad because the first one I found was like 1690 something. I was like, but it's decent. It's only a decent selection.
Ooh. Let's see, you're heating it up. You want a little crispiness. I would probably say 380 for like 5 minutes.
What?
It's like, oh, no.
This is the 5.
Mhm.
I lied.
Awesome.
Thing I never do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was 2 hard-boiled eggs from the other day, too. Mhm.
I wanted eggs. I don't know.
No, I thought I turned my mic
Maybe
off.
like,
Guess I didn't.
that's because you
Everything's
drank
fine.
too much. Throw
Guess
up.
I didn't.
Not that you need a reason.
Who?
Yeah. As a kid, he drank too much. Throw up, so. What do you mean?
Like dog things.
Yeah.
Why?
You don't like the split gooiness so it coats your
Ew.
throat.
I extra don't like it when you word it like
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've never heard eggnog described so unappetizingly.
likes to mess with me.
No way.
I love wording things so that they sound just like extra what?
Ah!
No, he killed her.
It's gone for good.
Good ever. You never use that spoon ever. Oh god, it's so.
No?
Or is it? Oh, badass bit. Oh
Well,
god.
don't make sure it make sure it doesn't grind the teeth off into the food too. Just use a knife.
Doesn't let me have any fun.
The fun of chewing bits of plastic.
Doing bits of microplastic?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what gives me my
You're
sparkle.
just not like me. It's awesome.
Every bit of microplastic that I've ever ingested has personally contributed to my personality. This is fitting.
Yeah. Then they just pull on top again. Fine.
I only want to know. I'm not that hungry.
Uh,
No, I don't, because it's mine, and you already had yours. Air fry.
that's your reason. 380.
I'm sorry. Normally I would. Feel very passionately about this calzone.
Stromboli?
Calzone.
No, there's no ricotta.
Fine, stromboli hot. Have your way.
Thank you. Yay! I'll heat it up now. My way.
Calzone's a better word.
What? I'm just saying goodbye to it.
Oh.
Giving it a fond farewell.
Fun.
If you're supposed to.
I don't know if I want to drink. My 12 hurts.
Which one?
I hate being sick. This is not the bee's knees.
You go get better soon.
Yeah, me too.
AirPods.
Does it have to work?
No. Some people like it.
Oh, those people are freaks.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's right. Said it.
Labels, Lily, labels.
Damn labels I want. This is my world. You're all just living in it.
I'm a label maker. All right.
That's Lily, label maker. Label maker Lily.
Oh, thank you for checking the Custard Cougar. I appreciate that. Yeah, we see it's another form of entertainment. Sometimes it'll be Lily and I going ranting, or other times we get on these amazing conversations. So, like Claire in particular will fire off some like a talking point, and then it's like this incredible thing for 10 minutes.
I mean, you shake your head, Claire, but it's true.
It's facts.
It is so
Can't
true.
deny the truth.
There's so
Also,
much pressure.
There's
Thanks
so
for the
much
follow.
pressure. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Pressure. Cold fronts.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there's
tire
cold
pressure.
fronts. Yeah,
Uh,
I can't
so
believe
have
there's
you
cold
watched-
fronts.
have you watched the new live action One Piece?
No, I have
Yes,
not.
I have.
Yes,
in-
and I love it.
It's really
I'm in
fun.
I'm in episode 5 right now, and I'm actually watching One Piece, which is One Piece with all the fillers taken out, just so I can like
Nice.
catch up.
There's like 10 episodes of filler.
On One Piece, there's like a lot of filler.
There's like
Surprising.
barely any
It's mostly
filler.
It's all filler. The whole thing is filler.
Thriller.
'Cause you know what?
You only have
The
to
re-
watch the
the-
first episode where he meets I don't know remember what his name is, Cody.
Yeah.
And
Kobe, yeah, I love
yeah,
Kobe.
Cody and him and our main character, Luffy Man and Cody.
Yes,
They
Luffy
go
Man.
to
One Luffy man.
Yep, they go to Middle Earth and they find the mines of Moria, and
Yes.
it turns
Yes.
out
Wow,
the
that's-
One Piece is Gandalf.
Yeah.
I hate to spoil the ending for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
The
so
One
mad
Ring
if the
fruit,
One Piece
yeah.
turns out to be the friends you made along the way.
Oh God.
I do have a theory, and my theory is that the One Piece is world peace, but it's definitely I feel
Boo.
like a common theory.
Mhm.
I don't know. Also, Water 7 is dark.
Mhm. Mhm.
Anyway,
I'm gonna bring us back.
yeah, sorry.
Oh, sorry though.
How dare you?
I know.
Rude.
No.
Oh, Cougar, thanks for the follow. I just got an email like Custard Cougars followed you on Twitch. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Hmm. Hmm? My anxiety is.
Oh no.
Sounds like a personal problem.
It is. Yeah.
I was right. What? The soda hurt my throat more.
Mm.
Oh.
The Throda?
The throata. That's
The
right.
Throda hurt your soap more.
All right.
Petition to change Custard Cougar's name to the Pudding Puma.
Oh, nice.
Dynamic
Nice.
duo right there.
All right. I'm gonna bring this back. We're back, but now we're back into gameplay. Let
Back to
me
reality.
see. Does anyone, active here, have anything that they want to do over the evening? You've got your meetings tomorrow in the afternoon.
I think we could basically say that we're going to give a full recap of the story thus far. And so, like, Vic and Zia and Ashavar will just, like, act out everything that's happened thus far.
Nice.
And that could carry us, I think, for at least a few hours.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, I think just to add a little flavor to that, Vic
Yeah.
is gonna like do doodles as you're talking. He's gonna like draw, like the rock, draw the illithid, like little scribble people, like as best he can. Be like, stage.
Don't forget the military thing.
Oh yeah,
You all in
we stuck
disguise.
into a military camp.
Should be.
And
Oh my God.
Ashavar will be using minor illusion and like gust of or like the gust cantrip for dramatic effect.
Yes. Awesome.
Alana's using Mage Hand to hold the thing of noodles in front of her, and she's like eating off of it while watching.
Better than Netflix.
So hours and hours go by. Go make a perception check for me. Let's see who's closest. Zia, Ashavar, and Alana. And Randy, you can too. Zia, what did you get?
18.
Okay. Grundy?
18.
Nice. Alana?
8.
Okay. And Ashavar.
8.
All right.
Too engrossed in the storytelling.
You haven't even super engrossed. It's only now it's like, okay, you're kind of caught up and it's like, whew, that was a lot. That you all notice that Sadie never returned.
Oh, she missed our amazing play acting.
That sucks.
Also, she
Really
might be in
sucks.
trouble.
Sadie
Oh
was
my
the one
God.
who needed it most.
Try and
Oh
mental
my
link
God.
Sadie?
Yeah.
Let's see. Sadie, let me recap what's happened to you since everything went black after failing that save. Let me actually have you roll a d12 for me, Sadie.
Two.
2. All right, that's not bad. It's how many hours you were out. So,
Oh.
You would have, before they wrap their thing, you would have awoken in a dark space, confined, feel the texture of what is encasing you, and it feels like wood. Some banded wood, a box that you're in. There's some cloth that you have wrapped around your person, so you can't quite see through it. Seems like it'd be dark color cloth wrapped around you, like a carpet wrapped around a body several times. But you kind of push through and feel something hard, but it has slats the way wood does. And there's a little jostle. You're on your back, you can tell. The way a carriage does. What do you do?
3.
You're loopy, you're having trouble making words out. Like you can speak a little bit, but it's kind of slurred. Your dragon chat seems too difficult to concentrate on for right now.
And I'm bound, right?
Yes. You feel
Feet, hands.
it's more that you hear, I guess you sort of feel things, the manacles on your ankles and your hands. You don't know if they're bound together or you just feel the weight of that, but you do hear chains that you kind of jostle a little bit. You can speak, but just sluggishly.
Do I have enough willpower strength to like bring my knees up to like hit it against like whatever's above me?
I'm gonna ask for just a straight strength check, only because the paralytic
Okay.
is pretty strong.
Okay.
But wearing off.
Roll this dice that got me into this. 13.
13. You are able to lift them and you feel it hit the wood, but it makes a sound, not quite as loud maybe as you were hoping to make a but you pull them up and your voice,
Okay.
unfamiliar voice, speaks through the other side of the box. Oops. Oh, sorry. One moment. And just pulling up my notes to make sure I've got their stuff straight. And you hear them say, there's a song that starts out like that, and I can't think of it now. It's going to be silly. You hear them whisper, shh, no, 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 no. Keep quiet, Misk. We're going home. What do you want to do next? You can sluggishly speak. Or if there's anything else you'd like to try.
Since they heard that she would try to ask, who are you? Who are you?
You hear some jostling in the wood. And you hear it like the top has been opened up. Slowly, some cloth pulls down from your face. The form you see before you is the person that came and said, "Oh, our Dasher needs to be paid." Their form then shifts into someone you don't recognize, but they do have the markings of your clan. And they take a little needle out and start tap, 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 tap. Sadie. I'm not Sadie, Misk. Just a member of the clan doing the good work. Search party's been dispatched after that attack on Atmos. Danger of losing our next chief too high. Father said. Oh, Severe's said. Squirts a little of the paralytic out of the needle and brings it over to your neck. You said, these past however many years, let her have these years and get it out of her system. And when the time came, they'd bring you back to rule. But after that attack, he decreed it's too dangerous for you to remain outside and ordered you to be returned. So, he sent Jean strike a deal. The ship merchant on Atmos. You feel the needle poke your neck. Then it burns.
He is trying to struggle.
Okay. I'm going to let you struggle. He finishes the
Okay.
sentence by saying that Jean, your uncle, struck a deal with a ship merchant on Atmos for a bunch of, the rarities that they have with your clan. To procure ships. Scout ships sent in every direction to go find you at all the different islands out there. It starts to burn, but let's see. I would say that for right now, go ahead and make. We'll kind of treat it like a grapple.
Okay.
Breaking grapple. So you can use, I'll say, with adrenaline kicking in, it being knocked back out, trying to continue to bring you out of the paralytic. Go and make an athletics or acrobatics check. Though it's going to be against a DC, what will be kind of high because you are wrapped in blankets.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put it pretty high. Now you've got a pretty good. Both of those are one of them is pretty good at least. Your athletics, but I'm gonna have to put the DC at. Gosh, you're in blankets too. I'm gonna put it at 25.
Okay. Is this straight?
This is straight, unfortunately. So it's a
Okay.
possibility.
That's a 16.
Okay.
But
okay.
can I add that while she's struggling, that if she can, she would make out. Not make out with them. She would say the word.
If she
She would say
can.
like.
Okay, sorry.
She would just, as she's struggling, just be like, I left for a reason. I didn't want to be there. And like the southern accent dropped.
Burns. It doesn't take immediate effect, but you feel the shot burning and finishing. As they point out. I'm sure, Misk. I honestly, I think it's a little fucked up, the whole thing. But you gotta listen to the chief. As your eyes start to close and you're fighting that, you hear Grundy reach out. Grundy, what are you saying as you check in on Sadie?
Sadie, where are you?
You can, garble some words back if you want in the mind link.
Probably I'll just say that she'll manage if she can. They've taken me back.
You hear the
Back where?
buh. That's what comes through. Which, of course, is just as alarming as if you had understood that they're taking you back. Sadie doesn't usually talk like the da-da-ba-ba, So, it's, okay.
Oh my god, they're taking a bath.
Nice.
In whose
Yeah.
room?
Sadie, go ahead and roll another d12 for me, if you would.
Okay.
You kind of
4.
sound like how my brain felt when I asked, well, on purpose, but I didn't know they were magical mushrooms when I ate them.
Nice. The eating was on purpose. The magical was the accident. Nice. Yeah. So you'll be asleep another 4 hours. This time was just a little, not fortuitous. You were wrap bound. You're in a small carriage with the person right there. Maybe things will be a little more opportune. Yes. So what would the rest of you, or what would you like to do, Grundy, hearing that reply? A-tup.
It almost sounded like I'm taking a bath.
Well, that can't be right. It's been hours.
No.
And the Sadie
Did
I know
anybody else
doesn't
find it
bathe.
strange? Did anybody else?
Just kidding.
Did anybody not find it strange that they asked for payment a second time?
I mean, now that you mention it,
They probably would have not paid yet. It probably wouldn't have been a thing just yet. You would have known how much it would cost, but it probably that part would have seemed a little normal.
I think our
It
friend has
did
been.
feel like they specifically tried to get Sadie.
Well, I think they've got her.
Who's they?
I don't know.
All right.
Oh,
great.
capital day.
well, wait, do we remember what the person who came up looked like?
Actually, was that a history check?
Let's see. Well, Sadie and Grundy were closest to the door. They were the last two I had. So, Grundy, you can do a history check. You do it with advantage because it's pretty recent. So technically, I guess after half an hour, it all turns to shit anyway, memories. But
Yeah. So history. Ooh, I have a +4 in that one.
Nice.
Okay, that's a 23.
Nice.
That is a full crit.
Oh,
Grundy,
nice.
takes out his notebook and draws a perfect
Like in anime when they do like the
Actually,
super
yeah.
detailed face.
That's literally, I think, what Grundy does. He draws him out, and it's like, this was the guy that picked
Bill,
that.
please.
Yeah,
Sparkles.
this is the one that rang the bell.
Yeah, but you
Holds up his
definitely
notebook.
have the likeness down that you're sharing with everyone.
Wow,
You'll get a good view.
that's amazing. I guess we could ask at the front desk if they've seen this person, or
I want to try something.
no, you can't.
Okay. Sounds fair. I want to try casting locate object on the. I can't even remember what it is now because it's been so long, but the cursed object that Alana
the
helped
cloak.
move the curse from. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
absolutely.
try.
Go for it.
Okay. She does it.
Does it have anything like where you need to roll based on the familiarity of the object or anything?
No, it just says describe an object that's familiar to you. As long as you've seen it up close within 30 feet at least once. And she literally had it in her hands.
Mhm. And what is the distance on that spell?
1,000 feet.
Trying to think of where you all are. It doesn't ping currently, but you know that should work if you get within 1,000 feet.
Okay. Alana's just gonna stand up and start walking like while because it's for 10 minutes, so she's just gonna try and run in different directions
Okay.
to try and ping it. So she
I
just
think
leaves the room.
You should take somebody with you.
I'm coming.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Wait,
Buddy
Grundy,
system.
Can we have your wonderful drawing so we can maybe ask people?
Oh yeah, yeah. Kind of carefully tears it out of his notebook so he doesn't ruin the rest of the pages.
Thanks.
Mind if they give a direction?
Will do. Ashavar will tag along with Zia
We're on the case.
on
Nice.
canvassing duty.
Oh, I love this. Okay, let me have so Zia and Team Zia and Ashavar. You can make an you can each make an independent investigation check, or you can give one of the other advantage. And we'll start there.
Okay.
I am not proficient in investigation. My bonus is +1.
I got a 20.
Okay, nice. Is that with advantage, or are you going to take Ashavar's advantage? Just in
I
case you
didn't even do it with advantage. I guess I could do it with advantage.
Nice. You can just roll
That's a 25.
25. Okay. The two of you are carefully considering. You're going around asking names. The Jean at the down at the front is like, well, that's our dasher, but he came earlier. We just put it on your on your tab to pay. That looks like him. He works down at, and he tells you the name of the noodle shop.
To the noodle shop.
Nice.
Wait, what's the name of it?
Oh my gosh. Nissen. It's just it's named after a person here in Ireland.
Who really liked his noodles.
Right.
Are you sure it's not Maruchan?
That's a competitor. We don't talk about them and their presence.
That's fair. That's
while you two were following that, Team Alana and Grundy, you can choose to roll independent investigation checks or joint ones as you are scouring the city. What?
What's your investigation?
+11.
Okay, you do the roll.
Okay.
And I will sit. I'm at +0, so
26.
26. Okay. You are hustling around. You got 10 minutes on your spell. We'll cover the first 5 as you kind of navigate further into the city, over towards the Arcanist office, Nevermere Institute for Advanced Arcana. You're heading back in that direction. and not really seeing anything yet, but pretty confident you're not in this direction. We'll switch back over to Zia and Ashbar, who've arrived at Nissen shop, and you find the person that matches this. They're there. The Dasher is there. Oh, welcome to Nissen. Hello. Are you picking up an order or here to dine in?
Uh, we just wanted to ask a few questions.
All right, sure.
Where were you at the insert date and time here
Nice.
when the disappearance happened?
Oh, I was we just got in that party of 12. It looks over to one of the other servers. Yeah. Yeah, I was here helping serve. We got a rather large party unannounced, and helping set up tables and serving that. Is something wrong?
Well,
So who has the drawing? Does Zia have it?
Sure. Yeah, I grabbed it.
Okay.
Okay. Holding up the drawing and then next to,
That's
so you can look.
he's looking at the two. That's a very flattering drawing of me.
Yeah,
That you
that's
have.
a drawing of the person who came to our door trying to double charge us for our noodle order.
No.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I was wondering. I don't know a lot about many things, but did you happen to have any unique encounters recently where someone could have stolen your identity?
Or do you have an evil twin?
Hey,
That is also a potential possibility.
Oh.
I didn't think about that. Thank you, Ashley.
No twin that I know of. Although that does sound like a
No
perfect
twin
setting for an evil twin.
that he knows of. Okay,
I
got it. It's in the
did
notebook.
have someone else make a sketch of me. Flattering as it is, it's been a little off-putting twice and the same day. This morning.
Good morning. Who made the sketch of you?
Oh, it was well, they're wearing a dock worker's uniform. I don't really remember too much about them. Bushy mustache, blonde, like a dirty blonde hair, bushy eyebrows as well. Maybe the human, early 40s, maybe. Uh, 5'6" to 5. He was sitting down and he was eating. I didn't really get the height, wasn't. But I went over to collect the bill and saw it, and then felt, should I say something? Should I not? It's right there, and I said something like, "Oh, that's you were skilled," and they just sort of folded it up and nodded and paid. But that's all I can say.
Interesting. I mean, I have to say, for not having seen them a lot of time, that is a very detailed description.
Thank you. I thought this is the person that's going to kill me in an alleyway later, and I should, if I have to write any description in blood, I should pay attention now. My thoughts at the time.
Good thoughts.
Yes.
Good thoughts.
This is a scavenger hunt. People have to come here and draw a picture of me.
The weirdest scavenger hunt I have ever heard of. Dan, is it possible to roll history if this person was a dock worker when we first arrived here? Would we have seen anybody who looked like them?
Yeah. I mean, you've got a description of him now, and some of his characteristics stand out, but it's still going to be a high DC. I will put that at a DC 19.
Ooh, okay, Ash. Do you got better? Do you got good history? Because I don't have good history.
I have a +1.
I also have a +1.
Oh,
besties.
you can roll independently or do the advantage.
I do have the 1d10.
You roll then,
Mm-hmm.
and roll with advantage.
Okay. Okay. This is the money right here. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then, okay, here we go with the 1d10.
Okay.
26, baby.
Whoa! You're like, oh, you know what?
Yeah.
It's just
They
like,
bumped into you. Yeah, nice. As you were walking down the dock, everyone else, a lot of the dock workers, busy and working and this and that. As you and Ashavar and Vic were unloading the ship, they kind of knocked into you and didn't, really offer any like, "Oops, sorry" or anything. You're like, come on, man. So they it pops back in your head like, right. They seem to be on the same dock that runs out for airships, but two on the opposite side that you're docked, two gangplanks, two ships down. Here they ended up coming and going from, as you saw them a couple times. Small ship they were on, smaller ship. Probably a crew of like 6, 7.
I guess we should cheese it to the docks then. Maybe we can get them before they do.
Yeah. Brilliant deduction, Detective Ashfar.
Indubitably. Do you pass any of that info along, or are you looking to head right there?
There's no time to waste.
Nice. Okay.
On the way, Ashavar will mind link with Grundy and
Nice.
Alana. Dock worker, rude, bushy eyebrows, was working on a ship a couple
Bushy
sloops down from
mustache,
ours.
bushy brows. Very bushy person.
Also Drew, our noodle guy.
A fantastic artist. Maybe a little troubled.
Bushy eyebrows isn't much to go by.
But we know the ship.
Small crew. I think the harbor master would probably recognize a very small crew.
Ilana, did you get all that?
He's already running towards the dock.
You turn to look him. Nice.
Grundy says, we'll meet you there. Big sigh as he cuts the connection. Then this run.
Beautiful. All right. With where you're all placed around the city and where you have to go towards the docks, you're actually going to converge around the same time. Not down on the docks, but just inside the city before you go through the dockmaster's building out onto the port. So you meet up just inside the building there, all of you, and Alana, gosh, even from I think around just after you converge, if you all are heading out in the dock, but as soon as you step out onto the actual dock, you're gonna ping that cloak.
Which direction?
These docks, are huge because they dock like a good up to. They kind of wrap around this whole part of the building. It's gonna be off to the left. You're gonna have to walk the docks that goes along the perimeter of the island for a bit before going into one of the jetties that runs out. Yes, it's to the left, and it's about that 1,000 feet out. Say anything, or you all hustle?
She would tell them that she's got a ping.
Hey.
I gotta be honest, I completely lost track of the directions. So I hear directions and my brain just kind of shuts down out of panic. So yeah.
No, I get that. All right, so you all hustle and hustle and hustle. And as you're getting closer, a couple 100 feet, 100 feet, within view in that rough area, the docks are super crowded. and you actually find that this location where the cloak is actually on the main like boardwalk here that wraps around the island, which is probably a good 80 feet in width. This is where there are, up against the island, a lot of the storage buildings and warehouses for ships and businesses that do import export. There's a lot of temporary storage for crates and barrels and other materials here as well. And this is where the dock hands do most of their work after unloading and loading ships. So it is really, really let's see, at this point, because you were all pretty quick with your detective work, um, you find as you approach within 80 feet or so, there's a carriage, and it has a couple of 4 coffins stacked on the back. It's a covered wagon, but the back hatch is down. One of the coffins has already been slid off and looks like it's propped up on the side. And there are dock workers that are just doing their tap tap tap, like checking, some stuff and checking the goods. A lot of people are all dock workers nearby. What would you like to do? Approach.
Do we see the dock worker like the one described?
You do not see the dock worker. Right.
Since we got since we did figure out which ship that dock worker was working on,
Mhm.
is the carriage close to that ship that was indicated?
It is. It's the same long pier that you're on. Is maybe like 20 feet down, and then it runs out like 150 feet. Your ship is like second one on the right. That ship that would be the fourth one on the left. But this is still that main dock area where this is, but it's right there.
And where's the cloak hanging?
From this covered wagon with the 4 coffins.
All right, then I'm gonna make my way towards that then. Is it moving?
Nope. There are no horses or anything attached to it any longer. And instead, it is just being inspected currently by dock workers. Like, inspected, the way that dock workers do unless they feel something's wrong. You hustle up, there's a bunch of dock workers, looking over the contents.
Is that ship within 500 feet of where I am?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Since Alana's going to the carriage,
Mm-hmm.
I am going to contingency plan a little bit,
Nice.
and I'm going to dimension door over to the ship and try to
Nice.
appear behind some like barrels or ship rigging or whatever, so that I'm not immediately visible.
Beautiful. Okay. Doof, doof. You appear just where you want, Ashbar. And I'm so sorry, Ashbar. This is near the ship. You're doing that, like hidden over by the ship, or hidden by the
On the ship. I'm trying to
on
get
the
on
ship. Okay.
on the ship.
You get on the ship. There's even from where you are, you can see there's a couple people on the ship. One like down the gangplank on the pier, one up on the deck, but there's still a good spot. You can just snap into.
Yeah. So just
Go make a stealth check if you would, just because there's a little brimstone that can smell that comes with that. See if
Okay.
that wafts in the other direction. Yep, okay. A 5 is all you have to beat. They rolled a 3.
Oh. I got a 6.
Oh my gosh, okay.
I guess I don't have to use my Patreon dice
No.
today.
Yeah, they should know. You were like, and they just seem to continue going about work. And you can tell it is someone just sort of moving stuff, and like a dock worker would, loading things up. The two of them are going up and down the gangplank. They seem to be loading up as though getting ready to depart. Ilana, Zia, Sadie, and Grundy all arrive at this wagon. I think by the time all 4 of you heavy adventurers, or 3 of you heavy adventurers show up at the wagon, hey, hello. Can I help you all?
Please, no, my darling, they're in that coffin, and I just want to say goodbye one more time. You can't take them away.
Oh, we'll make a performance check to sell it.
14.
There's two of the people that are just like there's two kind of checking around the side, and then two that have some of the contents pulled out are just kind of scanning over. Two of them like start like watering, their eyes start watering. Oh my gosh. And the other two were like the one that was speaking, I'm sorry, this will be done with our inspection in a minute, and then you're welcome to. I mean, these. I don't even think these were your goods. It wasn't you that brought them to us. No disrespect. When the person comes back, you're welcome to deal with them. But for now, we're on official business, just inspecting matters. You'll have to wait another minute. I'm sorry, lad. You're two like, but boss. Sorry, lads. That's the way it goes. And they turn to continue.
Do I have a good idea which coffin?
Oh yeah,
I'm
no,
not
it's an
sure.
exact thing. It's the bottom right one that's still inside carriage.
She's gonna push past them and go straight for the coffin that she's feeling the thing ping through.
All right, you go to push past the first one, and they're gonna probably push back. Go ahead and we'll just do like a grapple check between the two of you. Go ahead and make, since you're pushing first, you'll have to make an athletics check, and they'll do athletics or acrobatics. All right, you just need to meet or beat a 14.
Ah, shit! I got an 11.
Okay. So last. I understand. So don't you want to call the other folks over? Please don't you make a scene. Just give us 3 minutes to finish, and I'm sure the person will be back. You can work it out with them.
In the mind link, she's gonna say, "She is in one of those coffins, and I do not want to deal with the person that brought them over because they're probably the ones that are trying to take us. So help me."
How tall is the guy that was talking to her? To Alana?
Maybe 5'10".
Tiny man. Okay, so he just feels a meaty hand land on his shoulder. Sir.
Hey.
Have some sympathy. The woman just lost her daughter. Could you at least spare her this ignominy and having to wait another 3 minutes for somebody she's not going to see for the rest of her life?
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage because this guy's pretty business.
On a -1, guys.
Oh, I have an idea. It's terrible.
Oh, that's a 2.
Okay. So I'm terribly sorry. It's official inspection business. It's not for us to. There's the bleeding owner. Speak with them, and gestures off, like past your shoulder, Grundy, at the person that actually owns this card. Talk to them. They're the ones that'll get settled with you.
Okay, so I still have my hand on him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, take me to him, and I kind of like push him to lead the way to the dock owner.
Sir. I have to fit. He starts looking at some of the other dark people, and like he's getting ready to call some folks over.
No, it'll be just a minute.
But again, just to point out, he's pointing at the person that brought this here, saying, "Go talk to them. They're the ones that can give you permission." Just that you all heard that.
I know, but I'm trying to like steer him away.
You're not sure which, like, based on his gesture, it looks like one of the people that's maybe, I guess it'd be about 85 feet away from here, down the thing. So not super far. Although that person sees this person gesturing and all of you around the crate, and they turn and start running. So it's pretty obvious who they are.
Oh, for the love of
I'll go. And Z starts running.
Okay. Granted, he's still gonna. So finish my work. If you don't yet understand, we'll have to bring you over to the dockmaster. And
By
they
all
can
means,
explain it.
finish your inspection, but do give this woman time.
It'll be up to the owner. I have no problem with it.
That
Your
man,
owner's
you
a
mean?
kidnapper, so
Why are they running? If they have an issue, and just like confused as to why this person's running now, then he can bring it up with the dockmaster, and they can allow access if if circumstances allow. It just kind of throws his hands up at this person running away now. And he turns back to continue, like, inspecting the goods. Zia, you're running after.
Run as fast as I can.
Nice.
Zoom
Okay.
in.
Right. So you can, of course, as a rogue, you got the 3 dashes basically. I mean, 3 movement speed. You can run 90 feet. If your movement's 30, then you've got 90 feet per turn. Ilana, what are you doing?
debating trying to trip people up with Thorn Whip and running past
Nice.
Why are you debating? Just do it.
Well, because I don't think jail's a good look.
I mean, you have a university named after you. They're not gonna put you in jail.
That is not how that works.
I mean,
Or at least that's not how it should work.
I'll put out too, if you have reason to believe a person's stuffed in a coffin, that might be a security issue for the dock workers, and maybe they'll look at that first, just to put that out there for consideration. While you're considering what you want to do, Alana, you saw the person had an entirely different face than the Dasher. This person
And also different from the dock worker, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Stark red here, really patchy. Seem to be half elven. Rather lithe figure, masculine, and they are booking it. Whereas you can run faster. Actually, they can run pretty fast now that I think about their background and stuff. But still, you've got 90 feet, and you start hustling. I need you to make your first. There's going to be just a couple. First, you can either do perception or investigation. I'll let you choose. You're trying to keep an eye on this person in a heavy crowd.
Yeah.
And the danger is they can look like anybody.
15.
15.
For investigation.
Okay. You begin to lose them in the crowd, and you see no longer them running, but you see a stout dwarven woman, blonde hair, but running from the same place that you lost track of this other runner. You pursue them?
Yes, without a second thought.
Okay, awesome. Ilana, what are you doing back at the crates?
All right, she's like doing this kind of thing. All right, enough of the bullshit. I'm not a grieving mother. All right, my companion is in one of those coffins, alive, kidnapped 2 hours ago. The person running, a little suspicious, don't you think? Because they're a fucking kidnapper.
All right, lead with that before you get pissy with me. Which coffin is your friend in?
And she'll point to the one that's pinging.
Okay. All right, and gestures. They unload this. Grundy, I'm so sorry. What were you doing, Grundy? Are you running after?
I'm here because basically because Zia's the fastest one, like Zia. So I stay here to just be intimidating.
Nice. Okay, they unload that. Ashavar, is there anything you want to be doing on the ship? Are you listening or watching or anything? Anything in particular?
She's like poking her like eyeballs out every so often to see what's going on. If she sees Alana indicating the coffin to these like inspectors, she feels like Alana's got that portion of it under control. But she also feels like maybe we want to question these people who are on this ship. So I don't think she's going to do it yet, but if any of them try to leave the ship, she's probably going to cast Sleet Storm on the gangplank and the top of it.
Nice. Like, just thinking of
And
BG3
also-
now.
And also
Okay.
using subtle spell so they can't hear or see her
Ooh.
use any somatic or verbal components.
Yeah, I would say from where you are, because it was just it was this fourth ship on the left, so maybe 250 feet. I mean, you can see them pulling the coffins off now and opening them up off the back of the thing in the distance.
Okay.
Okay, Zia, this person ducks a corner on the main street, turns right, and you are very fast, so you're going to catch up on this next one. But this is the big check, because as you turn around, now it's a whole new crowd. And they might be pretty adept at this. So go ahead and do either perception or investigation. Spot them as they shift one.
24.
24. Okay. You got there just fast enough to watch the form get taller into what looks like maybe a high elf and slow themselves down to a walk. Like if you'd been there a second or two later, they would have just been walking along among the crowd. However, they're now walking, thinking they're fooling you, but you see them and you can catch up easily if you want.
Ooh, can I stealth
Absolutely. Go ahead and make a
and
stealth check.
follow them?
Mm-hmm.
Another 24.
Oh, nice. You yourself blend into the crowd. Love that. All right, we'll jump back to that then shortly. For Grundy and Alana, see you're out. You're just out cold. But the coffin comes off, and you open it up. Just the cape. No, I'm just kidding. You open it up, and it's a bunch of like heavy, like almost a felt-like material wrapped around clearly a body. But then and the dock worker's like, all right, let's they take the dagger, they cut a few layers of it until it opens up, and you see Sadie unconscious, shackled at
Grundy's
the
gonna
hands.
Grundy's gonna shove them aside, pick her up, and like put her on something like more comfortable than a coffin. Like just put her on like a flat surface and like just brute strength tearing everything off.
Okay. Right.
And break the shackles.
Yep, they seem to be relatively standard shackles. So you take the tools, whatever you need to pop those off or break them. And at least the chains, the shackles will just need a key for the ankles and wrists, but the chains are broken on both. And she's just unconscious. Breathing, stable, unconscious.
Guessing cure wounds and healing word won't bring someone out of induced unconsciousness, right?
You're not sure. I mean, what level of druid are you to? Yeah. I mean, you've seen some restoration things kind of work on that, but perhaps not so much healing as much as something restorative, perhaps.
Who needs restoration when you've got a good old hand for slapping?
You slap Sadie? You say that? Slap
No,
Sadie?
no. No.
Grumby's like, no, no, no,
He says,
no.
right?
Battle,
That's
no.
right. You little hand puppet. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Ashavar, I'll add.
Not actually doing that, but like to.
Okay.
But yeah.
Over on the ship, Ashavar, it's just business as usual. These folks seem to have like proper dark worker outfits, and they are just loading up the ship. They're going to be done pretty soon here, maybe another 10-15 minutes, by your estimation. They don't seem affected by what's going on down. They don't seem to be
Okay, so
reacting to what's going on.
So they're not looking like nervously shooting glances over there.
I would say, at one point, it's enough of a ruckus probably where they might pause and look, like, what the heck's going on? And then kind of like just go back to work.
Okay.
Nothing nervous about it.
Okay, so it stands to reason that these aren't actually crew members of this ship. They're just normal ass dock workers.
The dock workers or just hired people to help.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, likely dock workers. Yes, legitimate dock workers, not crew.
Okay.
All right. Let's see, what's this other person gonna do? Okay. So yeah, at one point, you're following them. They take a couple more turns. You can tell. I mean, you're rogue. You know the try and ditch someone routine. You reach a larger section, open section, with a nice fountain in the middle, sort of an octagonal shape, kind of walk around area, and there's roads that go in a number of different directions, and you see this high elf with white silver hair up in the ponytail that's been walking. You've been following. In the next moment, there are 3 of them, and they all begin running in different directions.
Oh no, that's not good. That's not good.
Which would you
Okay.
like to follow? Or what would you like to do?
Okay. Can I relay the directions that 2 of them are running
Yes,
to Grundy and Alana,
absolutely.
as well as to Vic
Okay.
and Ashabar, with the hope being that 2 can follow from behind, and then I can kind of maybe anticipate where they could cut them off on the other side. But there's 2 per.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then Zia would go after the one in the middle, probably just if they're, I'm assuming, running in 3 different directions.
Absolutely. All right, you begin following the one in the middle. You give directions to the other 2. All 3 are going to try and hide among the crowd. All right, can you make a perception check to perceive them among the crowd? This one will be perception.
Oh, this is not going to be good. Yeah, a 9.
While they do appear to have blended into the crowd, there was, thanks to your careful following, they had a number of let's see, different dressings. Different every time they shifted, different hair, different headbands, and some had different like tattoos. But there was one tattoo along the left arm that was the same on every person that you did notice, thanks to your careful following. And gosh, Sadie, what does the symbol to your tribe look like? Because that's what the tattoo is. Or just come up with something. Reeling you back in.
I mean, I don't have an answer to that right now, Dan.
Okay. Well, Sadie
It
will
just looks like
reveal.
something.
It looks
Definitely
like
Yeah.
something.
like a soft serve ice cream. No, just kidding. It
Oh,
looks like a little poop emoji. Now, and you recognize the reason it stands out is it's not just a tattoo; it's a brand underneath, and that's likely why they're unable to shift and change that.
I mean, I'm guessing it'd be something like bestial with like some like vines kind of to show
Nice.
some of the earth stuff, but also some kind of like beast that's kind of like unidentifiable.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of wolfish, bearish, probably.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. And that's what you, thanks to your careful following, spotted. I think the other two, without anyone to perceive them around, as they go down different directions. And you've learned that there's a brand you saw on the other two as well. So they split and ran in different directions. All three of them have it in their left arm. And you learn that there are 3 people here in the city that can shift like that. So those are the 2 biggest and important things to be able to learn.
Oh, so they did. It wasn't like it physically split. Like it wasn't like an illusion. It
Right.
was that they joined with 2 others.
Yeah, you watch 2 other people shift up into the exact form as they met here and
Gotcha.
ran.
Okay.
So you found some. I know because I know it's a bummer. They're just really good at this, and they have the crowd to their advantage. But I did want you to, of course, know there was some very valuable info that you're able to learn thanks to that crafty rogue behavior.
I don't have anything for tracking. It's definitely a weak spot.
All right, I guess we'll bump back over to Alana and Grundy. Are you doing anything? The guards are pulling people too?
Can I try making like a smelling salt kind of thing under Sadie's nose with prestidigitation?
You can, but it doesn't seem effective enough for whatever paralytic. It's it seems more than just being unconscious. Bit of a paralytic.
Well, I'm not a healing wizard, so
Well, the guards, right? All right, listen. I understand this is your friend. You can carry her if you wish, but follow me. We're going to take this off the docks and out of the chaos, and we'll bring her in somewhere cool where we can get someone to take a look at her, make sure she's all right, and get them back healthy. So, kind of gestures to Grundy and follow me.
All
With
right.
your
So
friend.
Grundy scoops Sadie up and follows Alana and the dock guy.
Okay. They bring you back to the Dockmasters building where you first came in. Ashvar, you'll see them starting to depart with the dock back to where you came into the docks. Do you want to stay here and keep an eye until they're done loading the ship, or do you want to?
Well, if Ashavar got the like mental link from Zia about the three
right.
about the 3 splitting,
Mhm.
and vague directions of where the other 2 went, she's going to just pop out from behind her barrels, get on her broom, and try to go around so that she's like coming. So the one she's going for is like running this way, and she's trying to come in at this angle.
And Zia
Gotcha.
also would have said the tattoo and would
Yeah,
have spread that.
and looking
Or the
for
brand.
that brand.
Nice. Okay. Oh, you fly off and continue into the city. Right, and you were also calling to who else, Sia, to try and look at the other one?
Vic?
Vic, as
Vic.
well as I passed on the information to Grundy and Alana.
Okay. All right. So Vic will head into the city as well. Sadie's brought back to the dock. Ashavar, go ahead and make. Yeah, I mean we'll put it in there as a maybe chance, but go ahead and make a perception check, as they've hidden in the city now. So, but go ahead and go through, make a perception check as you're navigating over the streets and over the people of the city, Ashfar. I'll have Vic do the same as he goes through. Vic checked pretty thoroughly, but didn't come across over the next like couple of hours he'll spend in there. Sure. And then once you're all set, Ashfar, just let me know what you get for perception.
Yeesh. What's the Patreon die? Actually, I don't even know if that's gonna help me enough.
Yeah, I mean they've really settled into the city. You know, by the time you get there, I would say hang on to the Patreon die personally. It'd be
Yeah,
it's
that's
really
a-
high mark to try and hit. Yeah.
That's a 7.
Yeah. I would leave it. Yeah, that's okay. You all know what to look for now. That is an identifying factor across forms, thanks to Zia's detective stealth work. You don't see any on the streets yet, but you're on guard. You're ready. Sadie, you're. Oh, go ahead, Ashfar. I'm sorry.
She will mental message, well, everybody, but specifically Grundy and Alana, to say, make sure you request that ship that I voomed over to, that is their ship, be impounded so they can't leave until we figure out what they wanted with Sadie.
Understood.
And she'll
Grundy's the way Grundy phrased that in your mind, you can tell Grundy's pissed.
I will say that this was just something brought to them, right? Like this wasn't.
This was just what? Sorry.
That the carriage and everything was just brought to them, and that's why they wouldn't show us, is because.
Yeah, it's part of the inspection. Like before you get to go down out to your ship, they have a preliminary inspection of goods. So it's just, it's not a thorough thing typically, unless they feel like something's wrong. Then they'll look a little more deep. But sometimes palms can be greased. But you get the feeling in this case, they was pretty stickler by the buck. It was just doing a regular investigation. They just felt they're not going to check this.
Well, most ships will have a bill of lading, so we know where they were going to.
You've returned to the dockmaster's building. Sadie's been laid on a relatively comfortable couch. A cleric from the town arrives after a little while, and approaches and does a medicine check. Finds that Sadie is stable, breathing, paralyzed, but will recover in about 3.5 hours. They can bring her back now, but the church has its costs and this and that. So to have the service, there would be a fee of 5 gold pieces to have them cast a restoration spell. Or you can.
No, whatever. Just
Please
bring her back now.
Yes, I understand. And then they take 5 gold from you, and just subtract it from your inventory, and cast the restoration. Sadie, once again, you begin to rouse the consciousness. The smell of that felt still in your nose, plus some weird like smelling salt kind of thing lingering in your nose. And you wake up, but no longer on board. So you're looking around. Your speech is
She
still.
will wake up. As soon as she wakes up, she's going to be like fighting again.
Gotcha. You
Yeah.
begin fighting. Your speech is
Just
still.
start wailing.
Nice. Start rousing. Speech is still muddled at first, but it lifts pretty quickly thanks to the spell. Kicking, fighting, pushing on the couch. Elbows out as you wake up.
Alana will pull the cleric out of the way.
Save the thing. Oh, bye.
Yeah, and
Sadie,
Grundy's going to
you're
try and
fine.
gently
It's
hold her
us.
back. It's us. It's us.
Thank goodness.
What the hell happened?
I'm going to say that probably Sadie will suddenly shapeshift into into the Misk form. They found me. My island. They're looking for me.
Why are they
Yeah.
looking for you?
Well, I guess I'm supposed to be their leader. I've kind of left before that was going to happen several years ago. But apparently they are out to get me and bring me back. I'm sorry if I worried you.
No, it's no problem at all. I'm just puzzled as to how they found you.
And I was a little I wanted to watch that part again, but did they say anything when they were talking to Sadie before in the coffin about there was about like getting getting people like to help out to paying people off, but they didn't say like how they found her, did they?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I think so.
Yeah, they paid a bunch of shipwrights for ships
Yeah,
and crews to go explore all the islands. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. They've apparently paid a bunch of people off, ships and shipwrights and stuff. So I
Well,
imagine somehow.
we do have a line on what seems to be 3 of them with extremely unique tattoos, but we don't know what to look for.
See, you're familiar with brands now. This is up to you. And my head canon for this, you all have the brand of your tribe, and that you would
Yeah,
have that on
sure.
your arm too. But if you don't want that, that's a-okay. But that you know
Yeah,
immediately what you're talking about.
yeah. No, she'll kind of take off her shirt and just kind of like show the same brand on
Mhm.
her. They
Grundy's
would
going to sketch this real quick.
oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
They would all have that. Everyone that's part of the tribe, at least. I know that because you said I saw it on my kidnapper too, Dan, right?
You did not, no.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
they mentioned it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So they would have that. Besides that, I'm not sure.
It's plenty to go by. You need to rest.
Mm.
I can't
Y'all
imagine
can-
this was not a fun ordeal for you.
Is the doc person still there? The one that was.
They're kind of giving you all space. Oh, you mean the one that was investigating? No, he's going back to work. He's got work to do.
All right, is there anyone here that works?
Yeah, you're in the
Like the
Dockmasters.
Dockmasters here. Yeah.
I'm gonna say yeah, you look around, you know you're in the Dockmasters building, you know where the Dockmasters clerk is. This is around the time that Ashavar returns and Zia and Sadie, you're, being filled in on everything, and Zia shares also like, yeah, there were 3. And as that kind of sinks in that there's 3 of them here on the island, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the session there for the night. Beautiful session, everyone. Oh, I miss you all. Hearts. I miss you all so much.
Oh, I really missed this.
I love
Aw.
it. Y'all are so good. Thanks for all oh my gosh, BrimQuest, thank you for the raid. I'm so sorry I didn't catch that in the moment. My thing set up a little differently. Cut off chat. I'm so sorry. Thank you for the raid. So nice to have you all here. The Custer Cougar, so great hanging out, chat with you. Thanks for joining and everything, and the follow and all that. Thanks to everyone that gave a follow. Yeah, welcome to Bad Bird. If you're new, this is our Sky Pirate campaign at Extremis. Stream every Saturday night, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. We've got a high drama campaign that's Tuesday nights. Sundered Fate, that's every Tuesday night, 9 to midnight Eastern. And we've got a Friday campaign. Undoubtedly also going to be high drama. Probably in another month or two. So look forward to that too. If you had fun, consider giving a follow, and you can be alerted when we go live with all the cool stuff. Otherwise, thanks for hanging out with us, viewers. It's been so much fun. Players, it's so good to be back and hang out with all of you.
Yay.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and raid our friends, the Lord Baron. So consider giving. Oh,
Ooh,
Daniel
thanks for the
Land,
sub.
thank you. 43
Thank
months.
you, Daniel Lenz.
Wow.
Oh my god. Hey, we have new channel point things too. New little pictures for them and all sorts of other cute stuff. Then if we can slide it into roleplay, we can. Sometimes we can't. A lot of them are like silly like accents and other things like that. So feel free to check those out. I'm working on updated things for like folks like amazing folks that subscribe. So you have like for especially for folks that are subscribed for 43 months, you get cooler icons as you get up there. And we're working on that. Anyway, we're gonna go raid our friends, the Lord Baron. Please consider giving a call Mad Bird raid when we hop over for some hype and some branding. Catch you all again. I hope to catch you at least next Saturday when we find out what's going down with everything here. Have their meeting with. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
I can click buttons. I can click
Oof.
buttons.